the stations of KUAM, wishing you and yours a very happy holiday.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. Pacific Solar and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, Crystal Paco's got the very latest from the Superior Court of Guam and the controversy involving the local Catholic Church.
Plus, what impact will Donald Trump's policy changes for the tax code have on the island economy?
And the largest humanitarian relief effort takes to the skies to bring holiday cheer to our neighbors in the Pacific. We show you the plans for this year's Operation Christmas Drop. And with that, we say hafaday and good evening to all of our viewers online or on KUAM TV. Thanks so much for choosing us tonight. And we lead off our broadcast with news that another judge has backed off cases filed against the Archdiocese of Agana, as well as local priests, involving allegations of child molestation. A hearing just wrapped downtown in Agana, where we find our Crystal Paco, who brings us the very latest.
Bree and Jace, I'm here at the Superior Court of Guam, where status hearings were just held for 2 of the sex abuse lawsuits against the Archdiocese of Agana. And I just finished speaking with attorney John Terlahi, who represents the church.
The court has informed the parties that she has a conflict of interest. Basically, she has a relationship with someone that works with the Archdiocese. They're co-parenting together. And as such, there are a couple other issues that she may have with the case that she will file and serve to us. And so she doesn't feel she could be impartial to the parties at this time. So it'll be assigned to a new judge, and we await that new assignment.
Are you concerned this will cause delays?
No, I think the parties are working together to make it as efficient as possible, both the plaintiff and defendant, to make it an efficient process. There are going to be numerous cases, and we hope that eventually there'll be a judge appointed and we'll take all these cases and move forward.
Am I correct to say that this is the second time a judge has recused themselves in this case? Is it
That's
Judge
correct.
Sequoia?
That's correct. In the first case, is what Judge Lamarena recused himself, and then now for this case, Judge Senzon.
Oh, Judge Lamarena?
Right.
Can you give his reason for recusing himself? Do you recall?
I don't recall.
And again, who are you representing today?
I represent the Diocese of Agana.
Okay, and how many suits have been filed against the church relative to sex abuse?
So far, we have 11 that have been filed and 11 that have been served to us.
Judge Maria Senzon is the second judge to recuse herself. Court filings show Judge Anita Sequoia also recused herself because she is related to several members of the Neo-Catechumenal Way and also knows Archbishop Anthony Apron personally. Today's status hearings were for the cases filed by Roy Quintanilla, who accused Apron of molestation, and Anthony Vega-Fria, who alleges he fell victim to Father Louis Brouillard, who now resides in Minnesota. To date, 11 sex abuse lawsuits have been filed against the church. These civil suits were made possible with the passing of Bill 326 into law, and this law lifts the statute of limitations for child sex abuse cases. I should note today there was no Apron present at today's hearing. He currently faces a canonical trial in Rome. Brian Jace, back to you.
And we head back into court for our next story as Judge Maria Senzon, the aforementioned, is entertaining a motion for release filed by defense counsel for Alan Agababa. He is accused of killing his mother in order to collect her death benefits. And he's faced a jury once before, but they were unable to reach a unanimous decision, and a new trial is necessary. Until then, defense has proposed 3 third-party custodians the court may consider in order to release Agababa on house arrest. The court did note each of the proposed third-party custodians are elderly and do not live in the same residence as Agababa. The government objected to the motion, noting concerns for witness safety, with a decision and order forthcoming. The new trial setting is set for the 10th of January.
A Section 8 landlord charged in a bribery scheme pleads guilty to conspiracy. According to his plea agreement, Albert Salas Buendicho faces 0 to 1 year behind bars. From December 2015 to January 2016, Buendicho was aware of a bribe between Gura employee Antonio Mayos and Nicholas and a Section 8 housing recipient to change her tax status at the Department of Revenue and Taxation so Buendicho could obtain rental income from the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority.
Well, a very disturbing story now is a 36-year-old man has been arrested for kidnapping, assault, and family violence. At around noon Monday, police received a report of an abduction at the SK24 Lounge laundromat in Barrigada. GPD says witnesses saw the suspect shouting and pushing a woman inside the facility. Although the female victim tried to fight off the suspect, he was able to drag and force her into his truck and speed off towards Mingilao. Police immediately issued an APB for the suspect, identified as Maurice Robert Sonningi, and his vehicle. Within minutes, agents from the Criminal Investigation Section found the suspect and victim near the Barrigada Church, and shortly thereafter apprehended Sonningi around Route 8 and Talan Halaguac. Santos adds the alleged victim, who was later identified to be the suspect's girlfriend, was unharmed. She was washing clothes when they began arguing over a personal matter. Sonningi was booked and confined.
In other news, the incoming Democratic majority continues its caucus this evening to determine the leadership positions in committees for the 34th Guam legislature. Senator Michael San Nicolas says he could not disclose details of the meeting other than senators are working well together. And although he's not aggressively pursuing any leadership positions, San Nicolas says he hopes to discuss a potential rule of not entertaining additional spending outside of the budget and to not borrow for operational expenses.
Taking an officer position is really, for me, I want us to be able to work within a framework that's going to be good for our people. If I can do that as an officer and help guide the body that way, I'll be all for that. If instead, acquiescing the officer position in order to create that framework as an official rule, I'm interested in that as well.
The incoming Republican minority, meanwhile, will be meeting sometime this month once all members are back on island. Like the Democrats, the GOP will also have to pick a new minority leader and assistant minority leader.
Well, just as Public Health conducted an inspection last week on the Verona Resort and Spa, so too has the fire department. Acting Fire Chief Joey Matabusan says his agency answered a complaint with discrepancies addressed about specifically the hotel alarm and fire code enforcement. He says the complaint pertained to other issues such as immigration, compensation, and public health, which GFD does not have jurisdiction over. Matabusan adds that Verona has been taking steps to correct those findings, but note that GFD and the fire protection contractor made a follow-up inspection today. Public Health, as you now know, conducted an investigation on the hotel's restaurant, bar, and laundry facility, where they discovered no sanitary permits. The Environmental Health Division instructed Verona to cease operations on those three areas.
And a quick programming note, KUAM is proud to announce that we will broadcast the Mass in honor of Guam's World War II survivors on Thursday, December 8th at 9:30 in the morning at the Hugatni Cathedral. The Mass will be broadcast on KUAM TV8 and streamed live on our YouTube channel. This year, we should know that marks the 75th anniversary of the World War II Japanese invasion of Guam, which happened on December 8th, 1941. The Mass will be celebrated by Coadjutor Archbishop Michael Burns.
Stay tuned. We're back right after this.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships. Because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
I have the one just for you.
We're increasing the amount of 4G LTE data on our new rate plans, giving people more of what they want to do more of the things they want.
So what do you think?
Nice.
I've been told that living your dream is about doing what you love. It's less about the destination and more about the journey. No regrets. I'm just trying to make an impact with every performance, connecting with people and creating lasting memories. I love what I do. My name is FJ Chargala, and just like you, I am an original, made by Guam. For the new generation of originals, the original great tasting light beer.
RT Trios at Ruby Tuesday. We've taken our most popular items and grouped them into 6 terrific trios, like the Fish Trio with herb-crusted tilapia, fried parrotfish strips, and perfectly grilled salmon. 3 classic items, all on one plate. Now at Ruby Tuesday.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. It only reconvened a year ago with one of its goals to look at delinking from the U.S. tax code. However, in the year that's passed, the country has elected a new president who is proposing a new tax plan that could have detrimental impacts to Guam, including over $100 million in lost revenue. Ken Quintanilla has more.
The Guam Tax Commission has been put on notice.
We may be at the helm of a very urgent situation, and the community may actually be looking to us to stave this off.
Reconvening in 2015 after being dormant for 8 years, the Guam Tax Commission may now have a lot more work ahead of them. Commissioner Chairman, Senator Michael Sinicolas.
In a nutshell, we have a president-elect whose political parties in power in the House and the Senate. And if his most recent proposed tax policy changes begin coming to fruition in the current government, or the government to come, it's going to have significant impact on our territory.
Because the Guam territorial income tax is linked between the federal income tax, if the federal income tax is changed as suggested by Trump's plan, Gov Guam will lose income tax revenue. Based on a tax policy center analysis, the proposed tax plan will result in revenue from the average household to decrease by over $2,900 in 2017. And with about 43,000 households on Guam, that could equal $126 million in lost revenue for fiscal year 2017.
But with these kind of potential impacts looming, we may need to begin working more expeditiously to decide whether or not delinking might be something beneficial for the island, depending on what begins to materialize as actual policy.
Commissioner and UOG economist Dr. Roseanne Jones says this proposal is clearly a moving target, but it's best to have a heads up on the possibility of changes. She adds the $126 million potential loss revenue is sadly a best case scenario.
Only because there are so many other issues out there. What happens with our tourism industry? Again, in light of TPP, in light of the relationship with Asia, what happens with the military investment? So those questions aren't part of this. This is just looking at the base that we have right now. And if it drives business activity away, if our import expenses and linkages increase, there may be more to the story than that number.
Commissioners noted this analysis doesn't take into account other policy changes that may also happen in terms of food stamps and Medicaid. Sinicolas says they want to be ahead of the curve, especially with what could happen in Trump's first 100 days in office. The analysis will be forwarded to the governor, congresswoman, and the Guam Chamber of Commerce. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
In other island news headlines this evening, the CSC is investigating a whistleblower complaint made by former DOE Employee Management Relations Officer Robert Koss, who claims he was wrongfully terminated in July after submitting a complaint of bullying, harassment, and a hostile work environment to DOE management. Koss made the initial complaint to DOE after he alleges Deputy Superintendent Chris Anderson pressured him to discipline an employee. Acting Superintendent Joe Sanchez says he cannot comment on matters of personnel meeting.
So we'll just have to let that investigation kind of go through, and when the findings come up, I believe those will be made public.
Sanchez confirmed he did meet with the CSC to discuss the investigation last week. Koss is seeking reinstatement as well as recovery of costs and damages. We did reach out to Anderson for comment, but he is unable to comment on those issues. Well, along with passing 33 bills Friday, lawmakers also confirmed the 2 newest members of the Education Board, Ron McNinch and Parent Representative Mark Mendiola. The latter told KUAM he's ready to hit the ground running in his new position to serve the community.
So I know there's a lot of issues and challenges that are out there, but I do know that there are a lot of folks at the public school system that's working hard to kind of keep the system going. I think that if we all put our heads together and focus on the real pressing issues and prioritize how we're going to address those issues, we'll come out on top.
The two men were appointed by the governor following the resignations of Charlene Concepcion and Ryan Torres in October. They resigned at Calvo's request following the board's decision to terminate DOE Superintendent John Fernandez's contract.
It is that time of the year again when hundreds of men and women in uniform take to the skies to deliver toys, food, and supplies to some of the most remote parts of the Pacific. Issa Baza has more on Operation Christmas Drop.
Santa Claus is coming to the Pacific as part of Operation Christmas Drop, the U.S. military's longest-running humanitarian airlift operation. The operation consists of 140 drops to 50 of some of the most remote islands throughout the Pacific region. Roughly 65,000 pounds of food, supplies, and toys will be delivered.
It is the generosity of this incredible community that made this the most successful Operation Christmas Drop to date.
This year's operation raised twice the record amount, over $52,000, thanks to generous community contributions. The Navy and Coast Guard also contributed to the mission, which marks the second multinational Christmas drop in history, thanks to partnerships with both the Japan Air Self-Defense Force and the Royal Australian Air Force.
This year, Operation Christmas Drop takes on special meaning. It's likely the final year at Team Yokota that the C-130H version of the Hercules will participate, as we're set to transition to the J model that brings new capabilities.
This year is also significant in that it honors Airman Jeremy Hake, a C-130 instructor loadmaster from the 36th Airlift Squadron, who passed away last year after being found unresponsive during post-flight inspections. His parents attended the push ceremony in his honor, where the very first box of goodies was loaded onto a C-130 aircraft. University of Guam's Manny Hechinova helps coordinate the mission's ground efforts and said it makes the world of difference in the lives of 20,000 Pacific Islanders.
Young kids running towards the drop site, waiting for the plane, hearing the roar of the C-130, knowing Santa's there. We've had pictures produced professionally by sending people on the ground to show us and capture that happiness, that joy of when that box arrives.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Issa Gaza.
The newest business to take the holiday pledge put paper to pen this morning, joining more than 600 businesses and organizations that have committed to promoting the holiday spirit. Mariana Ocean is a luxury cosmetic brand that sells handmade soaps, hand creams, and lip butters. General Manager Gloria Cruz Kavanaugh.
The concept of the store basically is we wanted to offer to our tourists as well as our locals a locally made product that uses the vegetation and the flora of Guam and Saipan have it natural. All our soaps are basically at least 95 to 98% natural.
Mariana Ocean features over 50 scents and flavors, as well as 70 types of soaps that cater to different skin types. A ribbon-cutting ceremony celebrated the shop's newest location at the Plaza in Tumon this morning.
Well, we made a post on our Facebook page this morning, and it's already gotten thousands of likes. As Guam's cancer warrior, Princess Taya Camille, got a special visit from the judges of NBC's show The Voice. Look at there. There's Blake, there's Adam, there's your favorite Brie, there's Miley Cyrus. Taya was 4 years old when she was diagnosed with a rare form.
Miley Cyrus.
No, Miley's cool. Well, a rare form of brain cancer Taya was diagnosed with at 4 years old, and she's back in California right now undergoing additional treatment. Taya's nickname came from her dad, BJ Relinsky, who plays football for the Pepsi Warriors. He and Taya's mom, Tara Van Meter, have started a GoFundMe campaign page. If you would like to make a donation, and several of us have here, to help her fight against cancer. The Voice, by the way, comes on right after the show, and we are cheering for Tara. You actually did a story on her last year. She sang a Justin Bieber song, as I recall, to you and everything. She's
beautiful. You can actually find that on YouTube.
Girl. Yeah. Make sure to check out that GoFundMe link too. You can find it on our website and our app.
celebrating Hyundai holidays at Cars Plus and Mighty. Get a head start on Santa and save thousands this Christmas with the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent starting at $13,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $17,995. How about the beautifully redesigned Hyundai Tucson starting at just $22,995? And best of all, every new and perfectly used vehicle comes with a Ganya Shopping Center gift certificate and up to $3,000 in bonus cash. Visit Cars Plus today for big savings and easy financing during our Hyundai Holiday Sales Event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Sorry. Better luck next year.
You broke my heart in two. But I know, baby, your promise was true.
You don't have to wait any longer. Get the McRib sandwich at McDonald's with fries and a drink for $6.99. But hurry, it won't be around for long.
Do you know if your child is growing, feeling, speaking, thinking, or playing like other children his or her age? Parents and caregivers play an important role in their children's overall development. By asking you how your child is developing, we can find out if your child is growing the way he or she should. Developmental screening helps you learn more about your child's overall physical, social, and emotional health. Developmental screening is available at the Northern and Southern Region Community Health Centers through Carreño and other early childhood programs, and may be available through your child's doctor or daycare center. The screening can help identify your child's strengths or areas where he or she needs assistance. Doing a screening when your child is young will help you get the support and services for your child to grow healthy and well. To learn more about developmental screening, call 478-5400. Brought to you by Carreño at the Department of Public Health and Social Services.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali. From GMC, this is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off a day, Guam. Chris Barnett, sports on a Tuesday. Monday Night Football coming up a little bit later, but first, sports on the cast. We can get some rugby. Yep, Heineken 15's rugby right now.
The inaugural Heineken Rugby 15s League featured 4 teams this season, scrumming it up at the OG Field with over 100 of the island's top rugby players battling through tough competition for a chance to make it to the Cup Finals.
It's been a remarkable event. I mean, the idea of us playing rugby on Guam and having a sponsor like Heineken that's been able to throw its weight behind this, Tropical Productions putting their weight behind this, I think as you can just sort of see from the enjoyment the guys have got, fans coming out, it's a great first season, and I think we're being more excited about what's going to happen in coming years.
Meeting in the finals, Paratodu Gold and Guam Rugby Club. Paratodu Gold entering the game with youth on their side, and they only had 3 subs. Guam Rugby Club filled a full roster and were led by a host of veterans.
We are setting these leagues up to get the guys coming out of high school to carry on playing the game. This is really important for our national team development and the players, and expanding the game on Guam is to have tournaments where the average rugby player can come out and play.
Guam Rugby Club out to the 14-0 lead at the half behind a try by Mike Mateo and Nico Castro. Ratu Uluivit converted on both kicks. The second half saw Paratodu Gold get in for 2 tries, but failed to convert on the point after kicks.
We've been getting a good response from the players. Yeah, it's bringing out a new level of competition just because we have a lot of younger guys coming in, guys that aren't accounted for. So, bringing them into the system and into some kind of competition, one, it's helping them get better playing against veterans, and 2, it keeps the veterans sharp because they're facing new competition.
Guam Rugby Club added a pair of insurance tries courtesy Troy Fritz and Matt Soho to extend the lead. Despite losing several scrums late in the contest, Guam Rugby Club held on to the 28-12 win, with Ratu Uluivit finishing the day perfect on conversion kicks.
Our back line was just a little bit more crisp. We have a lot of chemistry on our team.
we knew coming into the game that their forward pack was going to be dominant. Not to say that their back line was weak, but we knew that our strength was in our back line in this match, and then it showed.
Nate Timinglo claimed the title of the 2016 Guam Youth Bowler of the Year as he used flawless precision to dispatch second seed Cesar Villanueva 247 plus 9 to 203 plus 18. Top seed Timinglo used a four-bagger on the onset to create space between him and Villanueva, then pounced on the deck, dissecting the pins frame after frame. Call him the dissector, as Villanueva was only able to watch from the sidelines. Monday Night Football, Colts in New York taking on the Jets. Andrew Luck, 7-yard TD toss to Dwayne Allen puts the Colts up 7-zip, taking a bite of the Big Apple. Luck and Allen would hook up several more times. 21-yard connection here. Allen finding an opening in the D for another 6. Defense caught sleeping. Nobody near Allen as he gets in for another TD. Right back at it again goes Good Luck and Allen this time for the 23-yard TD. Allen pulling down the catch, 4 grabs, 72 yards, 3 touchdowns. Colts get the win on the road, 41-10. Blowout. Andrew Luck switching it up, hits Dante Moncrief for the short TD pass. Luck, 23 for 29, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns in the win. All right, hey, stay tuned tomorrow on the show. We got results from the Hafaloa Surf Contest. Brada. Till then, you stay shining, Guam. My name is Chris Barnett. Adios.
Take on any road with intuitive all-wheel drive, the Nissan Murano, Rogue, and Pathfinder.
Tourism, it's our #1 industry. As Guam's largest employer, tourism supports 20,000 jobs. In fact, 1 out of every 3 jobs is tourism related. Annually, tourism generates over $150 million in tax revenue. Without it, every household would pay an additional $3,100 per year. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
Celebrate a Guam holiday season with KFC's Holiday Feast. 12 pieces of KFC's one and only original recipe chicken, plus 3 home-style fries and 4 fluffy biscuits. Each KFC meal has a limited edition Guam-themed holiday ornaments with 8 unique designs to collect. Leave the cooking to us and have a finger-licking good holiday. KFC, so merry, so good, so Guam.
The playbook of work is tattered and torn from those who do jobs for which they were born. Hammers and wire, chainsaws and wrenches, and the true bond of teamwork down in the trenches. Ford F-Series is their chariot. It answers the bell. It's the truck deemed official by the NFL.
Welcome back. Another man's trash is truly another man's treasure. In this case, aluminum cans that would have otherwise went to the dump are being recycled to raise money for the island's schools. iRecycle Program Administrator Peggy Denny says the partnership will continue strong thanks to a new shipment of recycling bins to replace older versions at school campuses. Over $200,000 has been raised for schools since the program's inception in 2007.
We're thrilled that we're able to proceed with replacing them with a little bit smaller bins, 6 cubic yards, but they're a very durable plastic, so we'll see how they hold up. When aluminum cans go into the landfill, it's like burying money. You know, we don't need that to happen, so we just want to be more aggressive.
The purchase was made possible through Payless Supermarkets and Coast 360. Denny hopes to expand the program from 40 to 60 schools in the near future, but would need more sponsorship to do so. So for more information on how you can help, call Denny at 483-9415.
Very well-deserved congratulations are going out tonight to the 2016 University of Guam Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. They are, as you can see them on your TV screen, let's start in the upper left, the College of Natural and Applied Sciences. That is our good buddy, former Senator Frank Ishizaki, who received a BA in chemistry in 1971. Of course, he went on to the FBI and the Guam legislature. From the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences are another one of our friends on the right. That's Maureen Maritita, who got a BA in communication in 2000. From the business school, the lovely lady in the lower left, that is Sandy McKeever, who got a marketing degree in 1999. From the nursing and health school, Paul Pun has a BA of social work, and he got that in 1989. The education school has produced, among other people, Salvador Avila, who got a BA in secondary education and sociology in 1973, and went back and got a master's in behavioral sciences as a member of the class of 75. And a serviceman, Lieutenant Colonel retired, Ray Lanetta, U.S. Army retired, got a BA in psychology, and he is in the UOG class of 1984. Well done, Tritons.
Well, ring in the holiday season with the sound of Christmas. The University of Guam invites the community to attend its annual holiday concert, The World for Christmas Celebrate with a Night of Music. It's happening this weekend. The concert includes performances from the UOG singers, Mingi Lao Hot Jazz and Safe Sax, students Regine Javanal and Kalani Sison.
It will be really fun for the family, fun for all ages.
We are doing some a cappella pieces, and there's one piece where we're singing with the piano and then another accompanied track. And we're also featuring 2 songs that were arranged by our very own Dr. Randall Johnson.
The show starts December 9th and 10th at 7 p.m. at the UOG Fine Arts Theater. General admission is $5. Students and seniors are $3, and children 4 and under are free.
All right, everybody. You know what? You want to just skip the birthdays tonight?
No, we can't skip.
No, what are we, crazy? No, this is our favorite part of the show. So happy birthday on behalf of all of us at KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery to Cedric Jose Marigmen. Happy birthday, Cedric.
Happy birthday to Bob John Canetta, celebrating 46 years young from your sister Carmen and family.
Happy birthday, Bob. Serenity Elizabeth Pinzon has a birthday today, so happy birthday to Serenity.
And happy birthday to Tim Perez, to the best husband in the world. I love you.
And of course, that comes from Megan, but I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I was like.
Yeah, Megan Perez, one of our esteemed editors here, and his very lovely wife. She sent that. So, hey, Tim's a really good guy, good friend of ours here, a member of the KUM family. So, happy birthday to Tim, as well as everybody who celebrated a birthday today. If you would like to be a part of the club, go to KUM.com and register. Sit back and watch, and then smile. That's it. Those 3 steps.
Stay tuned. Ethan's up next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafide, and welcome to the Health, Home, and Lifestyle edition of KUAM News Extra. I'm Isa Baza, so glad you could join us. Coming up in tonight's show, we get some workout tips from coaches at the Paradise Fitness Center and hear from a participant from the Core 4 program on their fitness journey. But first, here's this week's Health Check report with nurse Jen Artero.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Hafide, I'm Nurse Jen, and you're watching Health Check. Eczema is a huge problem here on Guam, with the prevalence of 18 to 30% of children and adults being affected. Eczema is an inflammatory skin condition and can be accompanied by asthma or hay fever. The exact cause of this disorder is unknown, but doctors agree it's most likely a combination of abnormal skin integrity or a dysregulated immune system. Symptoms include skin rashes, itchiness, pain, and occasionally skin breakdown. Good news to all the mommies and daddies. An alternative treatment known as wet wrap therapy may effectively help your child heal areas of eczema. According to Dr. Noreen Nicole, and published in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology, the therapy calls for the eczema patient to soak in a warm bath, for about 10 to 20 minutes. Afterwards, the patient will only pat the skin dry and apply a moisturizer or topical prescribed medication to the inflamed eczema skin area. Once that is finished, the patient will immediately wrap a wet washcloth or a towel to trap the moisturizer or topical medication deeply into the affected eczema site area. After approximately 1 to 2 hours, the wet wrap is removed, and theoretically, the eczema flare-up will have decreased. This works. I've tried it on 3 of my affected nieces who all report a decrease. Research results cite that the wet wraps acts as a skin barrier and assist with recovery at a faster rate. I'm Nurse Jen reminding you, don't wreck yourself, health check yourself. Tune in next week for Health Check on KUAM News Extra with me, Nurse Jen. I can easily be reached via email at nursegen@kuam.com.
Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Thanks, Nurse Jen. Stay tuned. We'll have some workout tips from coaches at the Paradise Fitness Center after the break.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
The Matson USO Rock and Run for Our Heroes 5K goes down December 10th at the Guam Museum in Hagåtña. Special pricing for individuals, students, and groups of 4. Register now at Hornet Sporting Goods. Special entertainment from the Phoenix Stage Band, as well as DJs rocking music along the course. Special thanks to all our sponsors of the Matson USO Rock and Run for Our Heroes 5K.
At Island Cancer Center, we treat our patients and their families like our family. We have all been touched by cancer, and it is important to feel comfortable and secure under the care of our health professionals. You can count on us for skilled cancer specialists, the most advanced cancer-fighting technology on the island, and a commitment to caring for you or your loved one with compassion, respect, and empathy. Our family, treating your family.
Island Cancer Center, located on Guam Medical Plaza. Visit us at islandcancercenter.com or call 646-3363.
The Shop Guam E-Festival is back and better than ever. GVB has teamed up with over 100 Shop Guam vendors to give you access to hundreds of deals and discounts. Download the free Shop Guam mobile app and get real-time alerts on offers nearest you to dine, shop, play, and save. Just in time for the holiday season. Download the app now and start taking advantage of great deals. The Shop Guam E-Festival is a GVB signature event, making Guam a better place to live, work, and visit.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafre, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm here at Paradise Fitness Center with Core 4 coach Des and Victoria. And so we just finished a killer class here. It was like World War II. Everyone was just dying. But, you know, it was a really definitely more intense workout than we're used to. And so we're in the Core 4 program, which is a 4-week fitness program at Paradise Fitness Center. We've been featuring it for a few weeks now. So Victoria, we've been together since Core 6. And so that was the initial foundational class, which kind of just taught us all the basics. And it's for people of all fitness levels. So tell us, you know, what made you decide to get involved in Core 6?
Originally, from like a younger age, I was competitively dancing. And then once I graduated from high school, I kind of like stepped away from dancing and wasn't really working out as much. And then my cousin Des was like, you should try out my workout program. And I was like, I'll think about it. And then finally she convinced me. So yeah, now I'm in it. I love it. I die sometimes from the workouts, but it's super awesome. Love working out now. We do this like 3 times a week. So yeah, it's super awesome.
Okay, so I think some of the other people in the class have similar backgrounds. They used to be really fit or into dancing or running or something in the past, but then they kind of maybe fell out of it for a while, and so this class helped them really get back on track. And so, Des, this is your cousin, and you helped inspire her to get involved in the program. Tell us about some of her progress so far that you've seen throughout the class.
With her, I've seen a lot of progress. Like she mentioned, she has a dance background, so she's used to intense workouts and not so much with weights, but just the intensity. As far as the intensity is concerned, she's used to that. But like she also mentioned, she kind of stepped away from it, and that's why I encouraged her to start up again, because I know that she's used to being at a certain level of fitness, and she's been kind of throwing the idea around of wanting to get back into some sort of regimen. So I encouraged her, and since day 1 of Core 6 and now in Core 4, I've seen a lot of progression just with her strength levels, physically, but also mentally. She kind of pushes herself to use a heavier weight or, just do more than she did the week before, the week prior to that. So mental strength I've seen, physical strength I've seen, and the actual numbers have shown her progress as well. From our last weigh-in or stat check, she lost a few inches off some areas and gained some inches in all the good areas. So yeah, overall she's had progress tremendously.
Okay, so definitely saw a lot of progress. That was Core 6 that, wrapped up. There's actually another one going to be starting up soon. And so, tell us, some people are intimidated. I know Core 4 right now, what we're in is for a little bit more advanced, but Core 6 is opening up again in January. And people watch this segment, they see the kind of workouts we do. It's not easy. It's definitely intense. But, what would you tell people who are thinking about it, but they might be kind of intimidated?
So, I mean, like I said, I was a dancer, and I wasn't really used to going to the gym. Going to the gym is really intimidating, honestly. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of, mental strength, but it's honestly so much fun. My coaches, Greg and Des, are so amazing. They walk you through all the workouts. Make sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard to where you hurt yourself, but then everybody else in the class as well makes you feel comfortable. Yeah, everybody is super awesome, and we all motivate each other. So it's not like a competition where it's an unhealthy competition. It's more like a group work, very supportive.
Like a family. So what about, weights? You said you were a dancer. You didn't really go to the gym. People get intimidated when they see these 25-pound weights. I mean, what would you tell people about that?
Well, honestly, when I first started off, I could barely lift anything, not even a 5-pound. I just had to do mostly body weights. But for the most part, now that we've been doing all these weeks and all these workouts, I'm now to 10 pounds, sometimes 16 pounds. And that's a huge deal for me. I'm still working on the push-ups, but yeah, honestly, they really train you the correct way. They watch you throughout the class, make sure you're doing your forms right. So yeah, they're really helpful.
Don't worry, I'm still working on the push-ups too.
Yeah, I'm shaking, but yeah.
So how would you say that this class has affected your life overall? You've definitely, you saw some results from Course 6, but what about your confidence or just how you feel, more energetic, anything like that?
Yeah, so when I did stop dancing and I wasn't doing any type of physical activity, I did feel really sluggish. I was tired all the time. And I just didn't feel as in shape as I was before. But now that I'm in it, I'm more energetic. I want to get things done. And my confidence is so much higher than before. And I mean, anytime, you go through this type of journey,
yeah.
It changes you completely. Just not physically, but mentally, spiritually, and you really find yourself. So yeah.
I think that's definitely something I can relate to. You know, we all have made a lot of progress together, and it's definitely something where you feel kind of like more confident, like you're doing better for yourself. So just to wrap up, Des, you know, people for course 6 that's starting in January, give us a little bit of a preview of what people can expect or how they can find out information.
Well, the promoting or marketing for the program will be starting really, really soon, but we already locked in dates and times for everything. If anyone is interested, there will be information on Facebook, on Instagram. We'll be talking about it on these segments weekly, but you can also just call either location, the Agana location or Dedito, and ask the front desk, and anyone can help you out with details on the program. But it will be starting up in January. We're looking at January 7 for orientation, and the week right after, starting on Monday, the program will kick off for the next 6 weeks.
Okay, and are you signing up for course 6?
Yes, of course. I don't think I have a
She doesn't
choice
have a
anymore.
choice. Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna sign you up. Did you sign up already? Because I'm gonna do it.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, stay tuned. We'll have more on Core 4 and Core 6 after the break.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your 4th meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Moss.
IT&E is giving away a trip to Manila, plus other fabulous prizes during our Stay In and Win prepaid promotion. All you have to do is stay in IT&E's 4G LTE network. Keep topping up load, and you're eligible to win. 10 winners will receive a $10 load every Friday during the promotion. Stay in for 3 months, and you can win a 3-month Hulu gift card. Stay in for 6 months, and you're entered to win the grand prize, a trip for 2 to Manila. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details or visit ite.net. IT&E Motion Prepaid. Life in motion.
Do you want to get discounts at local restaurants like Lone Star, CPK, Capricciosa, Delmonico Kitchen and Bar, Manhattan Steakhouse, Tony Roma's, and lots more? What about 25% off on all natural and organic items at Payless Supermarkets daily? It's all part of Guam's largest rewards club, the Calvo's Lifestyle Club. Join today for free as an added benefit to being a Calvo's Insurance customer. Just show your Lifestyle Club card at over 50 of our rewards partners to start saving more. It's just one of the ways Calvo's Insurance helps you live a better lifestyle.
RT Trios at Ruby Tuesday. We've taken our most popular items and grouped them into 6 terrific trios, like the Mini Colossal Trio with 3 double stack sliders, mac and cheese, Hawaiian style, and a Nancy. 3 classic items all on one plate. Now at Ruby Tuesday.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafene, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. I'm here at Paradise Fitness Center with Chris and, of course, Coach Greg. So, Coach Greg, we're here halfway through the Core 4 program, and today was definitely super intense. You guys kind of picked up the intensity a little bit. So why the change in the workout routine? Or tell us a little bit about that.
Well, with Core 4, you know, this is the longest we've ran a program with a group. So the intensity is going to have to increase because we're, like the program starts out in Core 6, it's a progressive program. And with the way the group has been progressing, you know, we have to kind of keep things changing in order to keep the progress going. Not to mention the strength levels are increasing. The endurance levels are definitely a lot higher than what they were before. They went from holding planks for like 20 seconds to now you guys are doing what, close to 2-3 minute plank holds. So the intensity is going to only get greater for this Core 4 program because of where the group is at and how the group has been progressing. So of course today we switched up the format a little bit. We went with something completely foreign to the entire group just to kind of keep the muscle confusion going and just keep the bodies guessing.
All right, so Chris, how is today's workout? How are you feeling the stepped up intensity here at Core 4?
I didn't really like it. I was wondering like who made Coach Des and Coach Greg mad, because it's like they were taking it out on us. But, you know, progression, yeah, we did a crazy workout. And what I think is amazing is that even after, you know, what, like 9 weeks of this, they still find ways to challenge us. And, you know, the workouts themselves aren't necessarily so difficult, but the way they combine them and the order they put them in, like especially today, we started with, you know, weighted workouts on the upper body, which, you know, going in cold is something we're not used to, because a lot of time we start with the cardio first. And so we did that, and I was like, whoa. And then we went into the cardio, which was just insane. It was just insane. I mean, cardio, I don't like cardio. There's definitely, you know, a lot of great value to it, but, you know, it's one of the things I fear. And so I get really anxious when we do the cardio, but when we're done with it, I mean, you feel really good, you know what I mean? But they definitely pushed it. And then to end the class with the core exercises was just nuts. You know what I mean? And Coach Greg is right. I mean, our endurance levels and strength levels must be up because we endured this whole class. And, you know, core exercises, like you said in the beginning, just doing 20 seconds. Looking back, I pray for a 20-second, you know, plank now. I mean, we're doing, and there was something with the timer where we're supposed to do a minute, but we ended up doing like a minute and a half instead. And I was like, haha, very funny, guys. And they try to make us feel good. You know, they say stuff like Coach Des is like, oh, I'm dying here with you guys. And I'm like, come on, give me a break. You know what I mean? But hey, like the group mentality, we're all in there, and it was a hard workout, and we're all struggling and suffering together. But, you know, hey, you know, no suffering, no results. So I'm down.
Definitely. And so, you know, we both started out a couple months ago with the foundational fitness program offered here at Paradise Fitness Center. Now we're moving on up to the little bit more advanced program, Core 4. You know, but Coach Greg, so now that we're stepping up the intensity, I think this is something that, you know, people in the community, just people who are working out on their own, can take a lesson from, because you can't just, you know, a lot of people just stick to their normal routine, maybe their 60 minutes on the elliptical, but they shouldn't do that, right?
No, and the thing is, the human body is very, it's a very smart, I don't know, it's pretty much like a computer. It's going to adapt to whatever you throw at it. If you're constantly doing just the same routine, eventually your body's going to max out at that capacity. And if you never push past that, there's going to be no real way to stimulate new results, new growth. That's why a lot of people find that they either stall in their fat loss journey, or even the guys that are just in the gym trying to get big. I mean, if you're not constantly challenging your body with different apparatuses, whether it's weight, food, cardio, you're never going to see any real results through your training program.
Okay, Coach Greg. So, you know, for people who are doing workouts on their own, what would you tell them, when are they too comfortable, and when should they step up the weight or step up the workout?
To be quite honest with you, for me personally, every workout that I do is going to be different in some way or fashion. Whether I'm changing the order, or I'm changing the rep base or the rep scheme, just the different exercises. I personally believe if you keep your body guessing on the daily, it'll never have time to fully adapt and become stagnant. Now, if you're in a state, you know, some people want to do a program for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, that's fine. But eventually, like I said, the body is going to adapt to what you throw at it. And if you're constantly throwing it at the same thing, it's just going to end up becoming stagnant and not going anywhere.
All right. Thanks, Coach Greg. Well, definitely never the same day twice here at Core 4 at Paradise Fitness Center. Well, stay tuned. We'll have more health, home, and lifestyle after the break.
We're celebrating Hyundai holidays at Cars Plus in Mighty. Get a head start on Santa and save thousands this Christmas with the award-winning 2017 Hyundai lineup, like the Hyundai Accent starting at $13,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $17,995. How about the beautifully redesigned Hyundai Tucson starting at just $22,995? And best of all, every new and perfectly used vehicle comes with the Ganya Shopping Center gift certificate and up to $3,000 in bonus cash. Visit Cars Plus today for big savings and easy financing during our Hyundai Holiday Sales Event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Health, home, and lifestyle. Presented by Paradise Fitness Center, changing lives since 1996.
Hafide, and welcome back to Health, Home, and Lifestyle. Coming up in our next segment, we have Healthy Holidays with Ken Quintanilla and the Boca Box.
Hafide, I'm Ken Quintanilla, and welcome to another edition of Healthy Holidays with the Boca Box. Are you tired of waiting in line this holiday season looking for that perfect gift? Well, I'm here at CrossFit Jumpstart in Mighty at Synergy Studios with Jesse. He's going to share with us some ideas on gifts that keep on giving way past the holiday hustle. Jesse, thanks again for joining us. What are some good gift ideas this holiday season?
Well, there's a bunch of things that you guys can get for the average gym rat. You know, whether your loved one likes running, they like doing Zumba, they like CrossFit, they like weightlifting. There's a slew of things. Just across the board, I guess the first thing that I would think of that everyone needs is something to stay hydrated. So one very, very popular thing out there is a flask. Now, this is good because it keeps your drinks really cold. You know, after a hard workout, you want something refreshing. You can put water, coconut water inside, whatever you want, some coffee, if that's your thing. Aside from that, there are also some things for the average runner. And when you're out on the road or you're running the treadmill or whatever you're at, you need to keep your things handy on you, right? So we have a runner's bag that they put around their waist, and it can hold your car keys, your ID, your credit card, whatever you need for those long runs. You can put some goo packets or just anything you want that'll hold, you know, while you run. And it's very lightweight, versatile, and very inexpensive. And probably the last thing that I think people would want to use while working out either at the gym or on the road is a pair of nice headsets, right? So we have wireless headsets that we got at iTeeny for $35. And these are very, very good, very lightweight. They wrap around your head. They connect to your Bluetooth. I have an iPhone 7 now, so I can't, you know, I don't have a jack for it. So this comes in handy for my workouts.
And, you know, wellness-oriented gifts aren't always the top of the list for people. And for someone who maybe isn't even active, but maybe they want to get active. Do you have any other ideas in terms of like signing people up for something new, like a gym or a class or things like that? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, there's actually, at this time from December to January, almost every gym out there, Paradise Fitness Center, Custom Fitness, Synergy, all the other gyms out there, they have gift certificates that you can buy. They have specials. And aside from the fitness, if you want something nutrition related, the Boca Box also has a resolution package for a 2-month subscription at just $500 per month for 5 meals Monday through Friday. And so, you know, you get deals left and right this time of the year just to keep people healthy, get them started off on 2017.
And for people who aren't even working out right now, but maybe want to start the new year off with doing something ambitious like a race, would you say buying someone registration for like a marathon, a half marathon, or a 10K is a good idea well in advance so they can maybe start training now?
Yeah, those half marathons on Guam are very, very popular, and registration opens up very early. I think there's one happening in April, I believe. So check on that, get the registration early, and kind of force somebody to get out there and, you know, get healthy.
I believe that's the United Airlines Guam International Marathon, so that's pretty exciting. And then also, would you say these wellness-oriented gifts are good not just for you, but for family and friends to join along, like when you sign up for a membership for a gym, or when you get a gift certificate to a healthy place to eat that you can bring yourself and the family and friends?
It's always really good to get your whole family involved. That's one way to keep whatever you're doing sustainable and keep you going past February and past March. Get the whole family involved, get your friends involved, sign them up for memberships, sign them up for meal subscriptions. Just do whatever you can to stay healthy. You know, take these little steps and just keep going. And, you know, and if all things fail, the best thing to get any gym rat is a good pair of spandex.
Definitely, I would definitely want to get one of those as well. But thanks so much again, Jesse, for all those tips. And for more tips on how to get through the holiday season feeling good and healthy, stay tuned for another edition of Healthy Holidays here on Health, Home, and Lifestyle next Tuesday on KUAM News Extra.
Thanks, Ken. Well, that's it for tonight's show. Don't forget, if there's a health, home, or lifestyle topic you'd like to see us cover, email me at isa@kuam.com. We'll see you next week, and stay healthy, Guam.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. This lineup is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
The stations of KUAM, wishing you and yours a very happy holiday.
The Voice, brought to you locally by
Triple J Says Yes. Check out our new and enhanced website at triplejguam.com. Get real-time view of every vehicle in our inventory, instant trade-in, plus easy financing. Triple J Says Yes. triplejguam.com.
This is the top 8 semifinals. We're live in Los Angeles. Good evening. I'm Carson Daly. Keep it going. There's Mr. Adam Levine. The very shiny Miley Cyrus. Alicia Keys. And Blake Shelton. Drink up, cowboy. It is the most important night of competition yet. Here's what's